What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great start to your weekend. It's Friday night, a little after 9 o'clock, and I'm rearing to go, baby. OTAs they're in business, so we're going to talk some of those notes. Of course, I've got the updated salary cap, so we're going to talk about that. Got all kinds of stuff on the plate tonight, so ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you for hitting that like button, subscribing to the YouTube channel, all that stuff you guys are doing to support me. I truly appreciate you. I'm going to be away this weekend. Throw all your prayers, your well wishes, whatever you can my way. Got some big things I'm working on this weekend. Going to hang out with someone pretty close to the Eagles. So, it's going to be awesome. So we're going to hope for some great news coming that way. But ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night, so we've got some bird talk on the way. Let me know what's on your mind, though. You have any questions, any comments, feel free to throw them my way, but we're going to get into this. First and foremost, though, just want to give a shout out to the Eagles. They were all donning orange today at practice in their efforts to support, stopping gun violence. We all know it has been insane as of late, so they all wore some gear with the orange in support of ending gun violence. We all know, not trying to take people's guns away. We're trying to make it harder for crazy people to get guns. So it makes sense. We need kids to feel safe. We need people to feel safe going to the supermarket, churches. It's insane. So as we said the other day, all for it. So you can see the statement made by the Eagles here. That's a little small for me to read. So if you would like to read it, go right ahead. You can pause the video, do whatever your heart desires. But love to see Jeffrey Lurie and the players. They talk to guys like Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown afterwards, and, everybody's on board with protecting the children. So all about it. Let's figure it out, man. Other countries haven't figured out. We don't need psycho little kids running around with assault rifles. So anyways, let's get things going. Let's see what's on the menu for today. We are going to go through what happened at OTAs from what I was able to gather. Obviously, don't have any video or anything like that. That won't be until next week, but we're going to talk about some things here. So let's just jump right into it. First and foremost, Shane Steigen. Today, they talked to Shane, and, he actually said that last year they gave him offensive play calling duties, and he will continue to do so this year. We talked about that last year, how the offense needed to mix some things around, and Nick Sirianni did that with running the ball, all kinds of stuff. Well, he allowed Shane Steichen to, call the plays, but he also had Brian Johnson working with Jalen Hurts on the sidelines during games. So those were some moves made where you saw the team getting better. We talked about each week. All we wanted to see was progression. Even if there were going to be bumpy roads, we wanted to see how they reacted to those. So they reacted well. And first-year head coach, first year, all those guys, first year doing stuff. So you love to see, these guys learning from their mistakes, and that's all you can ask for. So really excited going into this year. We all know Doug Peterson. He refused to hire an offensive coordinator, didn't want anyone, calling plays or doing anything like that. So that ended up hurting him in the end. He got stagnant with whatever, and I wish him well in Jacksonville. But bringing Nick in, we know he's a bright mind. We wanted to see how he progressed. Did great last year. I was excited. A lot of people were making fun of him last year, and it was ridiculous. It's like, let's just give this guy a chance. And, when we did, it was well worth it. I love the dude. And I think that we're going to see a great year too as him as head coach. And with his staff, I thought he has a really great staff in place. So Gannon, Steichen, I think they're going to excel this year. I'm really excited to see what this team does. What is going on, Jerry? Thank you for tuning in, man. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. Big weekend plan myself, so I hope you're going to have a good one, whether it's relaxing, doing something, whatever it is, the beautiful weather. I am ready to enjoy it. So thanks for tuning in, my man. And Nina in the building. Happy Friday to you as well. Always a pleasure when you're tuning in. So I hope you guys are off to a great start to your weekend. I myself, I got to get packed, get some things ready, heading to Philadelphia tomorrow morning. So I'm excited. If anything crazy happens, maybe I'll make a live video from the road, or when I get to Philly, I'll just set up shop wherever I am. But I'll keep you guys intact, but I don't have anything planned for this weekend. So if you need me, you can always reach out. But I appreciate you guys taking the time tonight. We need to run the ball more? No, we don't actually. We were the #1 rushing attack. We need to continue doing what we were doing. But you remember last year, that was obviously, we all know everybody's telling me to make T-shirts, and then everybody else took the saying and made T-shirts. But run the damn ball. That comes from 3 years ago. We've been saying that. So I can't stress it enough. And when we saw this team struggling last year, that's what was happening. So we saw week 6, right? That's when we started running the ball. All of a sudden, Miles Sanders gets hurt, right? And it's like, son of a bitch. We would have ran the ball more even in that game. But we brought Jordan Howard in. He finally started doing something. I think it was like week 9, whatever, week 7. But look, I think this team knows that it has to run the ball, but it had to do so, especially because we had a first-year starting quarterback in Jalen Hurts. Believe in the kid, believe he's going to progress this year. Again, some more, but you got to run the ball. You can't have him throwing the ball 30-plus times. He's a dual-threat quarterback. Use him to his strengths, accentuate his skill set, and I think that's what was able to be done when Shane Steichen took the reins. Not that Nick Sirianni wasn't doing that, but I think it gives him a better overall picture as the head coach of what's going on, and he can step in at any time, like Shane Steichen was saying earlier today, and he can call whatever play he wants. He's the head coach, and that's what we were asking of Doug Peterson. Dude, you're still the head coach. If there's an important, 4th down or something important, like you just have a play call you like, then you just tell the offensive coordinator, hey, I'm the head coach. Here's what we're calling. But then you don't have to be worried every second about play calling. You worry about everything else that's going on as the head coach. You're the leader, the head coach. So I thought that was asinine of Doug, and that was his downfall. So love to see that and hear that today from Shane Steichen, and I'm excited to see what this offense can do. We know the A.J. Brown addition is huge if this offensive line stays healthy and everybody else. Very excited. Hope this is the number 1 rushing attack again, but I think we're going to be throwing the ball a lot. We saw Devonta Smith last year with 916 yards, set the Eagles' all-time rookie record. That's pretty damn good. And now you have A.J. Brown here. He's going to open things up for Quez. And I just really see this team flourishing in the run game, pass game, play action, especially. Just a lot of things are going to happen this year that people are going to be in for a big surprise that we're sleeping on this team. So good for them. Now, I had mentioned offensive line, hoping these guys would be healthy. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how these guys not fully healthy yet. And, by OTAs, we're hoping they at least be healthy enough to get out there, because it's just OTAs. You're not out there getting beat up or anything like that. So today, oh, yeah, Jack Driscoll, Isaac Seumalo were in attendance, baby. So I love to see it. You love to see it. That's what we've been talking about. We're hoping they get to 100%, not 100% sure where they're at exactly, but I know Seumalo isn't there yet, and I know Driscoll isn't 100% there yet either, but to see them on the field, Driscoll was over there at right tackle with Lane Johnson not there, so it really made my heart sing hearing that, because I have high hopes for Jack Driscoll being the right guard of the future here, and I think he and Seumalo duking it out for that right guard position is going to be a great battle to watch, because Landon Dickerson has that left guard locked down. And then you have Kelsey, obviously, at center. You've got Lane and Mailata as your tackles. But Cam Jurgens, you've heard him. Oh, he's going to try out a guard. Cool. If he can help out his depth, that's awesome. But he's not going to beat out Driscoll or Seumalo. So hoping these guys get to 100%. Hoping this weekend I get a little more information on that. But these guys, we need them healthy. And we have talked about Seumalo, and you've been hearing chatter this last week. Well, you remember a few months ago when we talked about Seumalo, and then a couple weeks ago or a week, whenever the hell I made that 10 moves you can make to save cap space, we talked about Seumalo, and it's just there. You could save my $5 million getting rid of him. But for me, with the injuries going on there, I don't feel comfortable with that. I keep both of these guys around. I've talked about this extensively. If you want to make a move to get cap space, if you want to trade for somebody like a Bates or something and you want more money, I don't think you need to, because we have enough money. You'll see at the end here. But I think for me, the Hargrave move, I mentioned a million times that I'm waiting for these blue check marks or somebody to catch up and start saying something about Hargrave, because all you got to do is extend him, and then we can lower his salary cap hit. He's the largest salary cap hit we have. And then go check out that video, man. You bring that down, save yourself an ass load of cap space, spread that money out, and you lock him down for the next few years, because we know Fletch is probably going to be gone. We know we have to cut him next year before like March, whatever, before that the whole weirdo contract stuff. But we're going to let him go. And if we bring him back on a cheaper deal, whatever, that's to be seen, man. I think he probably goes elsewhere. We've got Hargrave here, and I think he has plans for the future, and so is Milton Williams. Jordan Davis is a completely different position. That's a nose tackle. So that's not how I felt about that draft pick. We've talked about that. But look, we need people healthy, man. We do. So that's all I've got right there. But let's keep it moving. We've got some offensive notes in the building here. And I just took a few down just of some things that I was able to gather from the notes from everybody else here that was able to be there. So Kelsey wasn't there. Lane Johnson was there, as just mentioned. Quez, Reger dealing with the death of Gladney, which is horrible, horrible. Pascal was out, I think, at a wedding or something, they said. And then Hightower was out as well. And don't read too much into this as OTAs, but Hightower was a little banged up. It looked like something, so I doubt he makes the team. Tyree was on the sidelines, though, with a leg brace. We know that he's probably going to start on the PUP list. It sucks. Love the kid, but we'll see where he gets. And then J-Jaw added 12 pounds. I know a lot of you guys are really hopeful that he can make it as a tight end. I don't see him making this team. Go check that breakdown of the roster battles from the other day. I just don't see it, but he's doing what he can to try to make it. I don't see him as the Y-type tight end, though, that's sitting on the line of scrimmage taking on edge rushers. That's not what I see at all. I still think he's that F-type tight end used as a receiver that can still, he has to block and stuff, but you use him more as a receiving tight end, takes on more of those like safeties, the corners, guys that are coming from the outside, some of the linebackers. So not the outside linebackers that are edge rushers. I don't feel comfortable about that. So we'll see. But best of luck to him. Now, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith were smoking people like Darius Slay and James Bradbury today in practice. It's OTs. Take it all with a grain of salt. It really, it is what it is. But we've been talking about this. First off, you guys know this is who I wanted last year, Devonta Smith. I love the dude. Excited to have him. But adding A.J. Brown now, holy shit. This is nuts, man. I think this trio of AJ and Devonta with Quez, it's gonna be awesome. Throw in some Zach Pascal there. I'm really excited. We all know the tight ends, the running backs we have. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. But these guys are looking good already, and that's great news. I'd rather hear they're doing good than they're not doing good at all. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. You can't win with people. And it's like, look, man, I'm just telling you a few things so you don't get upset. Look, I'm not, it's OTAs. I've been excited since last year for the reasons I've said. And we did exactly what was on the platter. So that's why I'm still excited, not because of OTAs. But we're going to talk about it because we all love our Eagles. So now on to the defensive side of the ball. Talked about, those guys getting the best of Slay and Bradbury here and there, but Slay and Bradbury, you love to see the camaraderie already, the brotherly love, Slay busting jokes on him being bald at the age of 28. And, you love to see it. These guys are a brotherhood already. And that's what we talked about last year, building that family atmosphere, having Jalen Hurts as a leader, how that spreads. So I think that's huge. And I think these guys, I just love hearing them talk. Like, they're really excited to be together. And I think this is the best cornerback trio we've had in a very long time since the Lito, Sheldon, Harris days. Now, I think if you add in, that would be Troy and Bobby with Harris. Holy shit, man. You guys remember that? Al Harris? But I did love Lito, Sheldon with the Dawkins Lewis. That's probably one of my favorite secondaries of all times. I'll be real with you. Even a little Joselio Hansen thrown in there, man. The good old days. But we'll keep it moving. Now, I love those corners. Sasha Ray, speaking of secondary, you guys know a huge fan of Andre Sasha Ray. He was, as I have been listing him as a safety, finally lining up as a safety. We've talked about him, man. He can help as a safety, a nickel corner. He's a gunner on special teams. That dude is making the team. Lock it. You've heard it here first. Andre Sasha Ray is making this team. So he tweaked his ankle today. Don't like to hear that, but doesn't seem too concerning. It's just OTA, so hopefully he gets that right. Would love to see him make an impact this year, and I think he can as depth. I know a lot of people scared about the safety position, but with Kayvon Wallace and Andre Sasha Ray as the depth, I kind of like it. And I do like Epps and Harris. Trust me, I would love Jesse Bates. Don't get me wrong. But if we go into the season with Epps and Harris, I'm perfectly fine with it, especially with the pass rush we have, the corners, the linebackers we added. I feel much, much better about it. So, and don't sleep on Marcus Epps, as I've been saying since last year. I really think people are starting to notice that the dude really, we talked about his coverage skills, everything that, he was only looked at as a strong safety. I think the dude is really improved, and he can dabble in both spots just like Anthony Harris does. So it's great to have versatile safeties. I love it. Now, Fletcher Cox was not there. Another thing not to worry about. So, that was pretty much it. But it's OTAs, guys. Again, now, people freaking out. Jalen Hurts, he only had one incompletion today. Look, dude, it's 7 on 7s. It's it is what it is. But he apparently looked really accurate. And I also saw some things like, well, he's been working with Tom House. That is not true. He is not working with Tom House, and he's not working with Tom Brady. I can't stress that enough. Like, it's literally, that's not what's happening. Yeah, I don't know why they keep reporting that. I don't know who made that up. But he is working with someone that is close with somebody that has worked with Tom Brady and works with Tom Brady and worked under Tom House. Give you a little something there. But it's just insane. But Jalen Hurts has been doing everything he can. We talked about it this offseason. He's doing everything he can to get better, from his diet to his work. And this dude's work ethic doesn't need to change because he is insane. The hardest worker. We had the trainer from the Bro Barn on, his chef on last year. We talked about what he was putting in his body, how he was, working out, all the things he was doing. Dude, he's doing more. I mean, he's insane. There's a reason I call him the Terminator. He's unstoppable. And I think the kid's just going to get better. And we talked about if we build around him, that's how we're really going to find out. So this is the year, man. We're going to find out. And I know, people, it's like, look, you should give him more time. I think, in the NFL, yeah, but this is his third year. It's going to be second as the starting quarterback. We all know the ammo. The Eagles have an extra first next year, a second, or the next year after that. Oh, Jesus. But I feel really good about Jalen Hurts. But even if things were to fail or whatever, the Eagles have enough ammo to make changes. So it kind of lights a fire under his ass. And he's got a starting caliber guy as his backup, who I think if you go back to those 10 moves, we could make to save calorie space. I think Minshew, if someone's looking for a quarterback and they offer the right price, he could be out the door. But Carson Strong got some work today. You saw nothing of Reed Sinnett. He wasn't there, I don't think. So, look, I think Jalen Hurts is the real deal. And I've said it since, last year. And I really just feel the same way that here's it. This is it. We're going to find out who he is. We gave him a big name wide receiver in A.J. Brown. We already had Devonta Smith. But now that's just going to open things up. You've got Goddard. You've got Stoll, added Calcaterra. You've got the running back by committee with Miles and Gainwell, dude. Bossa Scott is back. We'll see if Kennedy Brooks can make the team or if you have to bring back Jordan Howard, what it is. But this team is going to continue to find success and grow on the success that they had last year. Nobody had us winning over like 3-4 games. I had us winning 9-10 games last year. We talked about it over and over again. There's going to be bumpy roads. But I think this team is going to learn from their mistakes in the early season, which we did. And I didn't think we weren't going to run the ball, but I knew it would be some tough tests. And we had those tough tests with the Bucs and the Chiefs and all that. But I think we learned. And I love that, man. So keep learning, keep growing. Jalen Hurts, I love to hear that, you're accurate, doing well. And I'm not somebody, it's just OTAs. Look, I'm not going to either extreme. I'm not freaking out how well he did, but it's like, this is what we want to see. Progression. Getting better each day, 1% better every day. And that's what Jalen Hurts is doing, QB1. And then to hear him come out there talking about, as a true leader, talking about that gun violence stuff and just being the leader that he needs to be. I love this dude, and I truly hope he is the future of this team. I think he is, and we'll find out this year. So really excited to see what he continues to build on. And we'll get to find out next week when these guys come back. They have the weekend off, but they'll be back Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for OTAs, and then we won't see them until training camp in July, baby. And that's when we're all going to lose our minds, right? Because then we really get a taste of it being back. So I'll try to provide you with whatever content I can to get us through, but we'll do the NFC East breakdown, look at all the people they added and all the, get a look at our opponents, all that great stuff like we did last year. That was definitely fun, but I'm excited. So we'll see what happens in OTAs next week. I'll keep you up to date with that. But up next, and also I did want to throw in, they did make some personnel changes. I know last year we talked about the personnel changes. Nobody really cares about this stuff. So I just, Alec Hallaby, he moved up in the ranks, even Connor Barwin. So those were they made some front office. I'm sure you guys have seen on my Twitter. I shared all that stuff. So yeah, great news that people are moving up in the ranks. The Eagles just keep churning people out. I hope I can be one of those people soon. So we're going to do that by helping with the salary cap. So we continue to talk about this salary cap, right? And I keep telling you, stay tuned because that damn thing changes every damn day. They either mess the number up or the whatever. I wish I just had access to the actual numbers because then it would be even better because I know how to work with all the numbers. But if they keep changing the numbers, then I have to keep telling you different numbers. So always tell you, subject to change, just keep in mind. But this one's pretty damn close to what's going on because we talked about Fletcher Cox. So the other day, talked about it being close to $11 million. Hell, do I have some good news for you? It's more, because we talked about the Fletcher Cox situation with his dead money being prorated. How much money were we going to save? Was it $2 million this year and $5 million next year, $5 million this year, $2 million this? Well, it looked like we got the 5 this year instead of the 2. So the way the numbers are looking right now, if you were to look at the Eagles salary cap on over the cap, you will find out that the Eagles have $13,046,230 of cap space. And that is quite fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, because, well, we've talked about this over and over again. You know, if the Eagles want to make a move, they can. They don't have to, but we can roll over money. We can make a move midway through the season. An injury happens, or you notice there's a hole somewhere, you really need something. You've got the money to play around with. So that's great. But the only thing is, there's one last thing that hasn't happened to affect that salary cap. So be excited about that money, because, you know, everyone keeps telling us, and they've told us since, you know, well, Eagles don't have salary cap. Like, I wonder where those people are right now that were telling me beginning offseason, the Eagles don't have salary cap. It's like, look all what we did. Like, you sure you want to rethink what you were saying there? What is going on, my man? Dude, my man. Well, drop it. Hey, let's go. Love to have you here, Mark. Just trying to get through this off season. I know we're all we see some greatness ahead. So we're praying we can make it through this off season sane, because, dude, I think this is going to be a really fun season. We're all going to have a great time, whether we're there. I hope I can meet some of you guys that are close to me, whether you can meet up at games or we can go to wherever, man. I love meeting up with you guys, whether I have to go to a bar to meet you, whatever the hell we got to do. I'm ready. And COVID ruined everything for us for years. So I'm ready to get back in action. I am excited about this damn year. And I think with this money, it should get people excited, because the Eagles can always be wheeling and dealing. We talked about Minshew. We've talked about Dillard. We've talked about Reagor. So many people that could possibly be on the move. So let's talk about one last move, though, that the Eagles have to consider with the salary cap, and then we'll know exactly what the Eagles have in salary cap space. So let's do the math quick here, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Jurgens is the only rookie who is not signed, but you know I have his salary cap number. So what we do here, ladies and gentlemen, to figure it out is we're not taking his salary cap and subtracting it from our salary cap. What we're doing is we're replacing Cam Jurgens' salary cap hit with Josiah Scott's cap hit, because remember, the salary cap is the top 51 salary cap hits of the team. So if we're moving him in with $1.3 million, you're just replacing him with Josiah Scott. Then he goes into the list of people don't even affect the money. So the salary cap. So you have that numbers right there. You have $1,352,592 subtracted by $895,000. That is what you get for the Eagles salary cap hit when they signed Cam Jurgens, $457,592. That is the only amount of money we need to subtract once he is signed. So we take that $13,046,230 and we subtract that $457,592. And ladies and gentlemen, $12,588,638 is the Eagles cap space after they sign Cam Jurgens. So yes, be very excited, because the Eagles actually have some damn cap space to play with, whether you want them to sign, let's backtrack. Whether you want them to trade for Jesse Bates, trade for Chuck Clark, whatever is on your mind. I know some people have brought up Jordan Poyer having some contract disputes there with the Bills. Maybe they're crazy and want to let him come home to the Eagles. I'm all about it. Whatever it is, just know that there are possibilities. With that amount of money, the Eagles can do so much. So I'm pretty excited, ladies and gentlemen. Almost $13 million in cap space. Go ahead, Howie. Go ahead. People trying to tell me we don't have cap. We signed all those people, traded for A.J. Brown, signed James Bradbury, Reddick, Kaiser White, Zach Pascal, got Ward and Scott back, and we still have almost $13 million. That's signing after the rookies, giving AJ a new contract, all that. So to those rows and moves, Hagrid was like, "You're a wizard, Howie." Love it. I know that was a Harry Potter, right? Reference. Nah, I've really never seen them, but I have some bits and pieces where I know that. So he is a true effing wizard. Love the man. And I'll be real with you, dude. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Jimmy smoking that Reggie. Let's go. You know it, ladies and gentlemen, always. But not smoking the Reggie. Well, it's La Orange, actually, I believe. Pretty neat little canister there. But anywho, you guys know I'm coming out and I'm smoking that good stuff whether it's smoking the news or it's smoking the green, ladies and gentlemen. But look, the truth of the matter is we got money. We got money. And everybody wants to tell you when they don't understand things that we don't have money at the beginning of the season. Get upset, the Eagles are going backwards. This is a horrible franchise. It's like, what are you watching? What? First year coach, first year defensive coordinator. Dude, Jonathan Gannon, there's a reason people wanted him as a head coach. We said if we could add a nose tackle, an edge rusher, give him a couple linebackers, an outside corner to pair with Slay, we'd find out. Well, we literally did that. Jordan Davis, Kaiser White, Nakobe Dean, James Bradbury. We did that. Hassan Reddick on the edge. Holy shit, Brandon Graham's coming back. This defense is going to be awesome. So if you want to trade, you can. With that money, you could get a safety if you really feel the need. I like Epps, but man, he could be the third safety, and I would be all about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles are sitting pretty with a beautiful roster, with a beautiful amount of cap space. It just all looks really good right now. So I'm going to hope that they stay healthy. I'm going to hope that, and because there's always going to be people like, well, they better not. It's like, yeah, I know. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want any stupid shit to happen, man. I want the Eagles to succeed. So let's put that good energy out there, ladies and gentlemen, because we've been doing it since last year, and it has been a bumpy road, not only for the Eagles, but ourselves included, because we've been trying to fend off the flip-floppers and let them know, dude, like, come on, man. Like, let's have some confidence, back up this team. Jalen Hurts seems like he's the real deal. Let's just get behind him and let's see what happens. So we're going to see what happens. We talked about this cap space, the picks. We use them so wisely, and look where we sit right now. $12,588,638. And that's after we sign Cam Jurgens. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for you tonight. But who does that information get me excited? I'm going to be real with you. It doesn't take much. Whether it's Eagles, if it's Eagles related, it's going to get me excited. So I hope you enjoyed the information. If you did, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn that little notification bell on, and you'll be able to join me when we're going live and talking some birds, which it's going to be insane. I mean, it's insane every year, but this year it's going off the handle because we're getting that trophy back. It's coming, baby. Let's go, birds. I feel a lot of confidence in this team. And, I keep having people like, oh, yeah, just because we signed it. It's like, no. You got to go back. You got to see that why I've been excited since last year. This didn't just start, man. This is from doing the work, man. It's doing the work. My man, I appreciate you, Jay. I hope you have yourself a great night. I'm going to be having myself, hopefully, a fantastic weekend. I'm hoping that the weather is good. We have a safe trip there and all that great stuff because I've been trying to make this happen for a while now. Some of us have talked about this, but this could really bring some big things into my life. Could really bring me closer to the Eagle. Just going to try not to talk about it too much because I always jinx stuff when I do. So let's just hope for the best. And let's hope that good things happen and you get to hear about them because that's just how I'm hoping it goes down. That's how it's going down. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have yourselves a fantastic weekend. As I said, if any kind of breaking news happens, I'll go live wherever the hell I am in Philly. I don't care. But no shows that are going to be put together like this. Sorry, no content coming this weekend. Taking a little vacation. But I'll be back Monday when the Eagles are back for OTAs, Monday through Wednesday. And again, once those 3 practices happen, we aren't seeing them again till July training camp. So tune in next week. We're going to be going through all that info. Again, if anything happens, I'll jump on live, but we'll see, man. I would love to get interrupted with some damn Jesse Bates news. Let's go. Have a great night, Jay. Have a great weekend as well. Charles, Mark, Jerry, Nina, everybody who tuned in. I appreciate the hell out of all of you guys. If you need anything, you can always reach out to me on any of these platforms down here. Always down to talk to you guys. Whether it's about birds, life, whatever it is. We could all use a friend. So reach out if you need me, but I appreciate you guys taking the time. Hope you enjoyed the content. Do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Do it. All right, guys. I hate having to ask for that. I really do, but I've noticed the people that grow, it's like they ask at the beginning of I'm like, son of a bitch. So I appreciate you if you do. If you don't want to, don't do it, man. But if you're into the Eagles and you love getting all the information in depth, well, you're in the right place. So have yourselves a great weekend. Stay safe out there. And as always, cover!